Welcome back to the channel, you guys. As you can see today, I'm going to be doing a fill-in, or at least, child, I don't know. Look at this mess. It's a mess. But anyway, before we get into it, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So of course, first things first, y'all seen when I wipe my feet off, that's because I sprayed it down with alcohol. We gotta make sure the feet are clean, okay? Yes, we have to make sure they're clean. So make sure you spray your feet, your toenails down with alcohol, 70% minimum. I like to use 91, but hey, 70 will work. And of course, after you do that, I wiped them off, dried them off, and I was using my wood stick to push back my cuticle. That's because I'm at home and that's what I'm doing at home, okay? This is me doing my toes with limited supplies, okay? Because all of my stuff was at my studio, and who finna drive over there? Not me. Now, with this said, this was previously, I think it was my birthday set. It was my birthday toes, and if y'all don't know, my birthday was back in March, like the end of March. So yes, it's been a while, but as you can see, retention. Y'all see the retention? No lifting. Thank you. Now with that being said, in order to get this retention, y'all see what I'm doing, right? I am making sure I file all of the old crusty design, gel polish, and things of that nature off. This is just my initial filing to get the top coat and stuff like that off. And I'm using a safety bit because that's what I had at home. All the rest of my other bits, I do have like another bit here as well. I'm at home. But anyway, I didn't want to do my nails in my studio because who finna drive over there? I don't want to. Anyway. Now, with the safety bit, which I highly recommend for all my beginner girls, please use the safety bit so you won't hurt yourself. As you can see here, I'm just filing like I said before, the previous design off, and whatever small lifting pieces, because that toe, y'all, I got like my last two toes, they're like little baby toes, okay? Don't judge. Don't judge. Now, as you can see with my little nails, they so tiny and so cute. And of course, with my Polygel kit, as y'all probably seen before. Yeah, with my pinky toe, I catfish, y'all. I don't know, I'm not sure if y'all have been here. But yes, your girl don't really have a pinky toenail, so I made one. All right, and with the Polygel, I will say it did help grow it. You know, so now I kind of got a toenail. Anyway, y'all. Right here, as you can see, I'm using my sanding band. That's what I'm using here to take off the shine from the nail, and to also help shape the nail a little bit, and to help remove some of the small lifting parts that you may have on the edges of your nail. Now, somebody might say, girl, you're filing for a long time. Yes. This is because this would be considered, I wouldn't even say a fill. I would say it's a fill, but I mean, look, it's been too long, but hey, I'm going to say it's a fill, okay? Because essentially that's what I'm doing. I'm just refilling the nails, okay? But yeah, it's going to take a lot of prep to make sure my retention is there, okay? And also making sure everything is good to go before I start to apply my product. Now, for the girls who may have smaller toenails, I would recommend you using either the smaller sanding band, or you could use a diamond bit. So you can use that to kind of help with your prep, if that makes sense. It helps take off the shine. It also helps with retention and things of that nature. So if the regular mandrel bit, which is like the one you see right here on the screen, sanding band, if it's too big, there's other smaller options that will help you out. Now, please be sure to dust off your toes properly. You don't want to leave any dust or anything left behind, because if you leave that on your nails before, like as you're prepping, then stuff can get left on your nails and it could start to lift. And when you have lifting, especially with your toes, because of course when we take showers and things of that nature, take baths, get in the water, you don't want to have any lifting. okay? Because if you have lifting, guess what? You are prone to having funguses, greenies, all that stuff. You don't want that, okay? So what you seen me put on before was some dehydrator. The dehydrator actually dries out your nails, okay? Takes away any oils so your primer can stick onto your actual nail. And with the primer, I do 2 coats of that and let it dry so it can get a little tacky. Now, I did use a lighter colored polygel here, which is really light. Like, you really can't even see it. But I like the color. It is from Model 1s and is in the number 4. It's in the kit that I had before. I do like it. Is not too runny. It's really easy to use. I highly recommend it if you are a beginner. Okay, because the kit comes with everything. The kit comes with the solution, brush to use. It has like little glitter. It has like a LED lamp in there for you to cure your nails and everything. So the kit is on Amazon. It's on, well, at the time I think it was $30 or $40. I'm not sure what it is now, but I would highly recommend you go and get it. And I'm also thinking about trying out McCart's Polygel because they have some pretty colors. Now, I started off with a thin layer, okay? Start off thin, start off small. You can always add, okay? It's easier to add product than to try to take off product. Remember that. That is key. That's something that I feel like works across the board with a lot of things. It's always easier to add than to take away, okay? Thank you. Now, I do flash cure, and I really do like this handheld rechargeable LED lamp. It is so helpful. I love it. It stops, like, I hadn't had a good spill in a long time. Ever since I got that little thing, it's been so helpful. Now, as you can see with the product, I just squeeze some out on the tube. From the tube onto the wood stick. I start off with the wood stick right here because it was a little easier. Then I moved on to the brush so I could level out the product and move it around how I want to. Okay, so for people who want to know what liquid I'm using, all I'm using is alcohol. You don't need a special solution or anything. Just 70% alcohol will work just fine for your polygel. Now, after the work is done and I flash cure, please be sure, y'all, always fully cure again in a big lamp. So you won't see me doing it on the video, but best believe I am doing it. I'm just flash curing here to make sure the product stays in place. Reason being is because of the fact that sometimes those little handheld LED lamps are not as powerful as your main lamp would be. And even if it is, you just don't want to take no chances with having like gooey builder gel or polygel or anything like that near your skin, because you can easily get contact dermatitis, and that is something that nobody wants, okay? Nobody wants that. Some of you may be wondering, hey, what is contact dermatitis? Okay, and just to simply put it, it's a skin rash. Like if you come into contact with certain substances or overexposure to certain substances, you can absolutely get contact dermatitis. It happens a lot more often with nail products, especially gel based products. So that's why I also urge everyone to be careful when you're using these things. Of course, it's fun. We're girls, we're women, we love to look good, but we also have to do it safely. Okay? All right. And the thing about contact dermatitis, it doesn't, just stop at nails. Okay? So you can get contact dermatitis from any chemical, any small chemical that could be in the product, right? So if that same chemical, for example, if that same chemical is in a deodorant that you use, you could still have an allergic reaction. So contact dermatitis is a very serious thing. Please do not take it lightly, but also don't be afraid, y'all. Just be safe. Educate yourself before you get to doing stuff. Now, enough about contact dermatitis. As you can see, I went through, did all of my little toes, all of my little people. My dad used to call my toes people. I don't know why, but I just thought it was so cute. R.I.P. Daddy. Anyway, y'all. Y'all, I love using the thin files, like the emery boards, because you're able to get into those corners so nicely. You see how I was able to do that with my little nail? You see how little that nail is? It's so tiny. And I'm able to do that with that small emery board versus the bigger ones. Now the thicker ones, of course, I use them for like when I'm doing nails and stuff like that, like hands, when doing manicures, stuff like that, full sets. But when I'm doing toes, I love using those hand files because honestly, it gives me the sharper look and I'm able to get into those sides like I need to, and it doesn't cut my client and it doesn't cut me. So that's a plus too. Now, at this point, y'all see that bit? Yeah, she will cut you. She is not a safety bit. Okay, I don't even use non-safety bits on my clients because I don't ever want to risk cutting them at all. No matter how good I get at using them or anything like that, I still just don't want to run the risk of possibly hurting a client. So I like to use the 5-in-1 drill bit by Pana. It's on Amazon. I love them down. I'm sure y'all seen them before. But with this, y'all, it's something about that Pana barrel bit that she just does it well. She seals the cuticle line, the cuticle area well. Look at that. So fresh, clean, sharp. But I will say, if you are not a person who has practiced or trained very well with this bit, please be careful, girl. It will slice and dice you up. Now, you see what I mean by this bit? I can literally level out and even out all of my nails with this bit. Look, I'm making my nail thinner. I can go behind it, I can go in front, and it's sealing the cuticle. It's getting all of the excess polygel that it may have cured on the sides. It's taking it. Look at it. Oh girl, she's doing it. She's doing it. I love that bit. But what I want to use it on people, but y'all be so scared. I can't. I can't. Because, of course, some of my clients may be diabetic or anything like that. And you already know with diabetes, you cannot get cuts, nicks, any kind of gashes that could potentially end up hurting your client. Your client could lose a limb or their foot because of your careless mistakes. So that's one reason why I just say, nah, I'm just not even gonna risk it. Now that the messy part is out of the way, with all that filing, because all the dust, we are good to go for our buffing, okay? I love to buff nails because it smooths them out. It gives me a good canvas to work with. Today I just decided I did not want to do French tips. For some reason, I wanted to do a good old tortoise shell, honey. And I seen it was some gel polishes that I wanted to try out, so I just wanted to see what was up. Now, after I filed and buffed and everything, I do take some alcohol or some swipe from Young Nails. I didn't have any swipe with me, so I used some alcohol. And I did clean out the surface again, because again, you don't want to have any type of oils from your fingers or anything transferring to your nails. Right here, I'm just putting a base coat. I love this base coat. It's from Koopa. Works great for me. I put a base coat because of the fact that, again, I wanted the surface of my nail to be super smooth, so the application of the gel polish would go on flawlessly. Now, the brand that I decided to use, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm kind of scared. I'm not sure if it's Goey or Goey. Either way, the colors are beautiful, as you can see. These are like gel. They're like a jelly type of gel polish, so it gives a tint. It's like a tinted look, which is the look and the base that you would need to do the tortoise shell nails. All right, so make sure you're cleaning up around the sides. We can't have any spillage. We don't want to have any gel polish on our skin because of what? Contact dermatitis. All right. Now right here I did have to improvise because I did not have any blooming gel, but I did have my Apres top coat, okay? So I used that instead to try out this design because I never did it on toes. I've only done it on like people's nails, like on their hands. So I've never done it on toes, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Now, as you can see, I didn't know how I wanted to feel about the little spots or blotches or whatever. I just knew that I wanted to have that look. So I played around with the spots and this is what I came up with. I really liked it. Now, this color is a pretty bright color, the base is. And honestly, I like it. I like it, this color, but I did go over the top with I think a little bit of a darker color, as you're gonna see. As far as the darker color that I used, I did use the same brand, but it was a very dark, like a very dark red color. It looked very dark, like almost a black black or brown. It wasn't black because of the fact that I knew for a fact that I didn't have a black gel polish with me. But I did have one that was really dark. Anyway, still gave me the same effect that I wanted. And it bloomed perfectly. So please be sure, y'all, we don't have to always have every single thing that we need in order to get the product that we want. Like the finished product. We can always improvise. And that's what I did here. Because I was thinking like, I'm tired of doing French tips on my toes. I want to do something different, even though it is summertime. I feel like this gives grown woman sexy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like these toes give long black robe, like one of those silk robes, silk or satin that has like the fur at the sleeves, at the end of the sleeves. That's what I feel like this is giving. Yeah, you know, visualize it with me one time, y'all. We're walking down the hall in our beautiful, luxurious home, and we look down and we have these beautiful tortoise shell nails. And we look over to the right of us in this big, gorgeous mirror, and we see ourselves in this beautiful robe with the fur on it, with our sexy grown woman toes. Oh, yeah. Y'all, please don't pay me no mind. I should be over here having a good time. And of course, I'm using a dotting tool in order to achieve the look. Okay, you can use a dotting tool. If you don't have a dotting tool, a toothpick would work. Wood stick would work. Shoot, the back of a earring would work, child. Anything that is pointy, it would work. But as you can see here, I went over it here with that same base color. It was too orange for me. I feel like that was too orange. And you can see the hesitation in my hand, y'all. Like, I was like, this is a little bit too orange. I wanted it to be a deeper color. Like a berry almost. I don't know. Y'all finna see it. So y'all see me contemplating this color, and I of course wiped it off because I wanted it to be a deeper color, more of a warmer, deeper color. So the next color I used was closer. It looked like a little bit of a red, but kind of not. I don't know how to explain it. It was a really pretty color. It had a warm undertone, but it also had like that brown tint to it. So I think it all came together very well. And of course, be sure to remember to add your top coat to lock in your design. And this is the finished look. And of course, with this being a finished look, we also have to remember to moisturize, ladies. Be sure to oil those cuticles. Make sure everything is nice and moisturized. It looks soft and pretty, because who doesn't want soft, beautiful, luscious feet? Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to check in on other videos I may have on my channel that you guys might like pertaining to polygel toes. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Now, the next video, I'm thinking about going bright, so y'all gotta stick around for that. Anyway, thank y'all so much again. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time.